Hey guys, this is Vengeful Parrot here from Two True Reviews, and today I'm bringing you a little bit of gameplay footage from the game called Watch Dogs for the Xbox One, and I'm doing this while I do a quick recap and evaluation of some games that I've played over the last month or so while I was unable to record videos and that type of thing. Sure, why not? So, Watch Dogs, first of all, is not going to be a game I'm reviewing today. I'm going to be knocking through a quick list of games that I have played and need to review. And for those of you that don't know, I will review just about anything as long as I have the system for it. And currently I have a Mac, a PC, a Wii U, and an Xbox One. I no longer, if I could talk, I no longer have an Xbox 360. However, there was a request last month for me to play a game called Enemy Front that was released last month for the Xbox 360, and I did not ignore that request. I did actually manage to play Enemy Front before getting my Xbox 360. That being said, I don't really have a whole lot of positive stuff to say about the game. The game was very broken in a lot of different ways. The voice acting was terrible. The animations were far below acceptable, if you ask me. The textures were pixelated, and the graphics were kind of grainy. I mean, it was kind of low poly, very just like middle of the road stuff that you wouldn't really expect from a AAA title nowadays, but it happened anyways. So, what specifically was bad about it? Well, I will tell you. Alright, so Enemy Front for the Xbox 360. Other than the graphics, what exactly was wrong with it? Well, like I said, the voice acting wasn't exactly on par with other titles out there, and exiting the mission zone. Okay, I guess I don't need to drive. Anyways, and the I don't know, there was a lot about it that just wasn't up to standard, if you ask me. The graphics weren't very good. The sound design was okay. I mean, there were things I liked about the game. For example, the fact that there were different reloading animations for whether or not your gun was completely empty, which is something that most games nowadays overlook. If you have a machine gun or whatever, and sorry, I shouldn't say machine gun. Let's say you have an assault rifle or something, and you essentially have one bullet left in the chamber. Most games, it doesn't matter if there's one bullet left in the chamber or if, there's nothing in there. They will go through a full reload where they load a new magazine in and, hi, Zebra. Sorry, cat. They'll load a new magazine in and, pull back the lever, if that's what you want to call it, and, in order to load a new round into the chamber. And that's all well and good, but again, unless your gun is completely empty, that is totally unnecessary, and all you need to do is load a new magazine into the gun. There we go, I found ya. That's a thing that I accidentally hacked. That's what it is. Anyways, so that was nice, and a lot of the guns did sound true to their real-world counterparts. However, the gameplay is where it especially failed. There were a lot of tiny little things that I just didn't like about the game, including but not limited to the fact that there didn't really seem to be a controller vibration function at all. The controllers I had for the Xbox 360 were in perfect working condition, yet anytime I got shot and everything, nothing would happen. If a grenade went off next to me, there would be a very, very teeny, tiny, buzz in my controller, but that's about it. Nothing that should by any means emulate an explosion. So that was, super, super annoying, because it made it particularly difficult to determine whether or not you were actually getting shot or simply shot at, which is another thing. The health system in the game is, what has essentially become standard. You have the like a redness that comes in around the screen or whatever, and that redness will, encroach on your screen further the less health that you have. Sorry, pausing. Anyways, so again, that's not exactly a bad thing. Dang it. He saw me. Crap. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. The game was just very, very subpar. And now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Alrighty, so the next game that I'm going to be talking about, I actually still have. It was one of the 2 free games with gold for last month, I believe, and that game is Halo Spartan Assault. Now, again, kind of continuing on, this is going to be a short review because I still have other games to cover, and I don't want this to be like an hour-and-a-half long video. Especially because the last game, again, I have nothing positive really to say about that game. If you want to play it, go ahead. You're probably going to hate yourself afterwards, though. There's nothing really good about it. Anyways, moving on with this. Halo Spartan Assault is a game that was originally released as a tablet game. So, something that you would play on your iPad or whatever. And that's all well and good. However, it's very clearly a port. This game is very much a game that was built for and built around the idea of using a tablet to play it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're playing it on a tablet. Releasing it on the Xbox One and I think also the Xbox 360 was kind of an odd decision, if you ask me, because again, it's very much a tablet game. There's nothing about it really that says, hey, I should also be a console game. It is essentially a top-down third-person shooter, like a dual-stick third-person shooter kind of thing. You'll see once I get going on it and everything. But it doesn't really have a whole lot. I mean, I haven't really played it that much just because it's not that entertaining. I mean, it's entertaining for like short little, like spurts, which again would be great if I were playing this on a tablet. However, I'm not. I'm playing it on my Xbox One. And I very rarely feel as if like I should be playing this, just simply because it has such a tablet feel. Playing it on the Xbox One is, I don't know, like a little uncomfortable almost. I don't know, it's weird. And, as with most tablet games, it's riddled with microtransactions, which is a little bit annoying, but you don't really need them, at least not as far as I've experienced. As you can see on this screen, this is like your loadout screen prior to playing a mission, and you have a primary weapon and a secondary that are all given to you by default. And you can go in and equip like special weapons, essentially. You have a choice of one of 3 heavy weapons from the Halo franchise. I guess the sniper rifle isn't really a heavy weapon, but anyways, that doesn't matter. And you can purchase those using XP, which you gain every time you play the game, or with credits. and credits are the microtransaction. And as you can see here, again, it's still set up very tablet-like. And you can buy up to 4,000 credits at a time for $15. Why you would ever do that, I don't know, but whatever. These weapons can be helpful, I guess, if you're really wanting to just burn through the game quickly. However, they are by no means necessary, at least as far as I've experienced. And again, that is only, having played through essentially like the first chapter of the game. Because again, I haven't played beyond that, just because I don't really find it that entertaining. When I come home and I want to play games, I don't think, hey, I'm going to play Halo Spartan Assault because that's a tablet game. Now, if I were like sitting on the bus on my way to work or whatever, then yeah, I might go, hey, I want to play some Spartan Assault, but not when I'm at home and I have games like, Watch Dogs and Battlefield and later on this year, I'll have the Master Chief Collection, because I'm definitely going to get that because I love the Halo franchise. But again, this is just, I don't know, very bare bones, I guess. Excuse me. And these bonuses and everything seem kind of forced. They do give you like one free of each one, almost, depending on what achievements you unlocked in Halo 4. But obviously, if you haven't played Halo 4, that's not going to do you any good. And again, they don't really matter anyways, because if you need these things, then you're not very good at the game. But again, that's just based off of my limited knowledge of the game, because I have, again, only played through like the first chapter. Now, this is essentially like a defense mission, or sort of. I'm supposed to survive until the Hornet arrives, and just go around, kill stuff, I guess. It is really hard to aim the shotgun. There we go. Anyways, so yeah, this is Halo Spartan Assault. It is a co-op game, so if you want to play it with, someone else, you can do so. However, again, it's nothing super special. I feel like it could have been, done better, but again, this is clearly a tablet game, and I'm sure it's a great tablet game. I honestly would probably enjoy playing this on my tablet a lot more than what I enjoy playing it on my Xbox One, but it's very, very basic for a console game. Like, I don't really feel like it's anything super fantastic, and I don't think it's anything that you should waste your money on. If you absolutely love the Halo franchise, why can't I shoot? Oh, I'm out of ammo, that's why. This thing has got next to no range. Anyways, if you love the Halo franchise, this may be something you want to look into. However, I don't really feel like it's something that you absolutely must play, because you'll be missing out otherwise. I don't know. There is fun to be had, but unless you absolutely love these, dual stick kind of shooters, then you're probably not going to have enough fun with it to merit the price tag. I believe it's like $20. But if you manage to get it for free, during last month's Games with Gold sale or whatever, then it may be worth checking out. Just, at least for a little bit. Again, it's nothing fantastic, but it's not terrible either. It is a good top-down dual-stick shooter. Is it the best? No. By no means would I ever say that. But it is decent enough. And now, we're going to move on to the other game that was free last month, which is Max Curse of Brotherhood. Alrighty. Now, like I said, next up is Max, the Curse of Brotherhood. Now, This game I have actually played from start to finish. As you can see here, I've played through all, 7 chapters, and beaten the game and everything. And this was the other free game for last month's free games with gold. And otherwise, I believe it is about $20. And to be perfectly honest, this is a game that I would wholeheartedly recommend. And that is just simply because this particular game is... It's kind of a deviation from the norm, and it was one that I appreciated. The game as a whole is very, kind of cutesy and child-friendly, so if you have some young kids, this may be something that you want to look into. It's a side-scrolling platformer with a little bit of a twist, and I will go into all of that a little bit later on. And it's a very imaginative thing. The entire game starts out with Max coming home and finding his brother in his room playing with his toys again. So, he Google searches, like how to get rid of my brother or something, and ends up coming across like this curse or something that he reads aloud, and then, like a portal rips open between dimensions or something. Someone reaches through, grabs his brother, and then he chases after him. Because obviously, he didn't actually want to get rid of his brother. He was just irritated that his brother was in his room playing with his toys again, even though he doesn't like it when he does that. So, the entire game is you trying to, rescue your brother from all of these evil, monsters. And in particular, let's see, this guy right there, Mustachio. Again, it's a very, very kid-friendly game, and I frankly appreciated that. Every now and then I do enjoy playing something that I can just kind of sit down and turn off. I don't really have to think about it. And, it's nice to have something that isn't all about, senseless violence and shooting things and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I do enjoy first-person shooters, and I do, enjoy games, like Skyrim and stuff, which it can be a little on the violent side. I mean, obviously nothing compared to, certain horror games and zombie games and that kind of stuff. But, there's an element of violence there, and this has absolutely nothing. I mean, short of, dropping some bad guys in lava and that kind of stuff. But that's the type of thing I grew up with, which is probably also why I appreciate it. So again, this is a game that, I would definitely recommend if you have some kids that, maybe you're trying to get them into gaming or something like that. But other than that, if you just want something to kind of relax to, maybe you're tired of hearing guns and explosions and that kind of thing, you may want to take a look at this. Again, especially if you manage to pick it up for free when it was free last month with the free games for gold. I'm going to go ahead and play through one of the, a couple of the first missions here, just so you can kind of get a feel for it. But I mean, like I said, it's a very unique game. The animation style is, very unique in and of itself. And there we go. Sorry, the sound had cut out for whatever reason. Oop. Hey, it'd be helpful? Jumping. That'd be helpful. Anyways, so that big guy back there has my brother. I need to turn the volume down on this guy. There is no option for that. Fantastic. Okay, well, I'll try not to talk much. But like I said, I mean, it's like a side-scroller platform. It has a very unique art style, one that I actually like, and the animations and everything are, very unique. They're very cartoony, which, again, I can appreciate. I mean, if you're the type of person that only likes, like, you know, super hardcore games like Call of Duty and that kind of thing, this definitely isn't going to be for you. But if you're somebody who just, you know, wants something to relax to every now and then you may want to check this out, because it is worth it. Now, a lot of what you've experienced so far with, like, the rope swinging, the ladder climbing, the, you know, jumping over the pits and everything is essentially what the entire game is about. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to one of the, you know, levels further on so you can see that unique element that I was talking about. Because, again, I mean, this is a very, very unique game. Let's see, we'll go to... no, not that one. We'll go to this one. I have no idea which one this is, but we're going to it. Anyways, so, you know, after, you know, like the first couple of levels, you end up meeting up with this old lady, and she gives you essentially this magical marker that allows you to do special things with it. Crawl under. Thank you. There you go. And that includes things like this.
Oh, I can fool you.
Okay. It's been a while since I played this game. So yeah.
See? Told you so.
That kind of stuff is what you're able to do. And... oh boy. As you can see here, it's just essentially it's a puzzle platformer, which is going to be kind of a blast from the past for a lot of people. And one that those people can appreciate. Goodness gracious, this is getting really loud. Oh, I don't even know if it's going to be as loud as what I think it is, but we'll find out. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, with the green areas, you can make tree branches grow out. With the orange ones, you can make the earth come up. There's a different kind of green one that you can make, like, vines that essentially act as ropes. And later on, you get a power that allows you to create, like, water spouts and that kind of thing. It's very fun. Very challenging in certain parts, especially for maybe the younger kids. There were a few spots where I had to, you know, kind of stop and, like, think about things a little bit, but maybe that's more attributed to the fact that, you know, I've been working as much as what I have been and everything. But that is that game. The only other one that I do want to ever so briefly talk about is Outlast, which I will get to in just a second, but just as a quick synopsis, enemy front. Yeah, don't play it. Don't waste your time. If you really feel like you need to experience it for yourself, rent it, borrow it from a friend, buy it from the bargain bin, something. It is by no means worth $60. I personally would pay like $10 for it, tops. There are just so many little things about it that are wrong that I can't wholeheartedly recommend it. Halo Spartan Assault is a good tablet game, not so great on the you know, Xbox One and everything. It does have a certain entertainment value to it, so if you don't have it for a tablet, or you don't have a tablet, you still want to play it, you know, you could go ahead and pick it up. It would be the best value at free on the console, if you ask me. I think normally it's like 10 or 15 bucks or something like that. We'll see if we can find it real quick. And Max Curse of Brotherhood, again, is something that I definitely would recommend for people. It's a very entertaining game, and it is something that I think is actually worth your time if you're the type of person that just wants to sit down and relax every now and then, and you don't necessarily want the explosions and the shooting of a game like Battlefield 4 or something like that. Now, moving on to Outlast. This is a game that it garnered its attention and its fame and everything on the PC. That's where it was originally released, and it has recently made its way to the Xbox One, both the main game and the expansion. Now, this review is probably going to be super short. I've tried playing this game several times, and I am kind of stuck in one part simply because I can only stand playing this game for so long before I just can't take it anymore. It's a very, I don't necessarily want to say scary, but just like on the edge of your seat kind of game that, it makes it difficult for me to play in long sessions. I don't know. I mean, essentially, you go into this insane asylum that has been taken over by, some company or something, and there's stuff going on in there, and the only thing you have is your camcorder. You don't have any weapons or anything, and there are things that chase you around. And things start going downhill, when you stumble into this like library area, and there are a bunch of severed heads everywhere and all that kind of stuff. This is a very violent game, just from the standpoint of what you see. However, like I said, I mean, it's a very kind of on edge type of game, and I honestly can't even remember the controls right about now. That's not it. What am I doing? Press. Okay. That's that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Now how do I... There we go. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, it's a very dark game. Oh, well. Didn't mean to use those. That was a total freaking waste. Anyways, so... yeah, like I said, it's a very, very dark game. And I don't mean dark as in, like, creepy and disturbing, although it's dark in that way, too. I just mean dark as in you can't see anything most of the time. And that can be a problem just simply from the standpoint that the night vision mode on your camcorder is about the only thing that you have to see. And the batteries for that night vision mode are few and far between. The music in this game is very, very well done. It kind of ramps up in all the right moments. It does a great job at putting you on the edge of your seat all the freaking time. And like I said, I honestly can't stand playing this most of the time, just simply because with how much I work, the last thing I want to do is come home and be super stressed out. But essentially, I just turned on a generator, and I'm sure you can hear it if you listen closely. But somebody's coming for me now. Now, I'm hiding behind something that he doesn't normally look behind. But, yep, there he is. Big old creepy dude. And if we go over to this side, we'll see that he's looking in all these lockers. Those lockers are where I would normally hide. And if he finds you in your hiding spot, he kills you, and it's game over. If he hears you, he will run over and kill you, and it's game over. And running away from him is always a good idea, but it doesn't always work. Oh shit, he's coming back. Sorry for cursing. Didn't mean to. Like I said, this game freaks me out. I can't stand playing it. And he's leaving. Okay. So yeah, if you enjoy near heart attacks and that kind of thing, then honestly, go pick this game up. I can barely play it, and I still feel like it was worth my money, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm sure it would make sense if you actually sat down and played it. It is so well done, in terms of sound design and just gameplay mechanics and everything, that I can't even begin to explain to you just how perfect everything is. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if you don't want to waste your money on it, just go watch YouTube videos of people playing it, and you'll still honestly probably get the same kind of experience. Not the exact same, because you're not the one in control, but you'll still feel like you're about to poop your pants because you're so scared at every corner. So, yeah. That about covers it in terms of games that I've been able to play some, if not all of, over the last month or so. The only other game that I've played is Strike Suit Zero, which is free for this month with the Games with Gold, which I will get into that next time. I haven't played Crimson Dragon yet, and let's see. The Lego Hobbit is something I'm playing through with my wife. If anybody cares, that is okay so far. I mean, it's definitely much better than the other Lego games, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there's a lack of direction. Anyways, I'll get into that later on down the road when I finish playing through it with my wife and everything. The Lego Movie, the video game, is just it's a stereotypical Lego game. If you've played any of the ones in the past, then you will have played this one. However, this one obviously follows the plot of the movie, and it kind of does so very poorly. It actually uses scenes from the movie for pretty much all of its cinematics, and I don't know, that particular Lego game wasn't nearly as great as any of the other Lego games that I've played before, and I believe that pretty much catches us up. So yeah, as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, if you have a game that you would like to see me review that I haven't reviewed yet, feel free to drop a comment down below or send me a private message. Like I said in my last video, the private message option at this point is probably going to be your best bet, just simply because since I'm working so much and everything, I don't have any time at all really to get on my computer and check the comments, whereas private messages I should be getting email notifications for, so I would actually be able to know, hey, I need to go respond to this, rather than digging through everything myself. So yeah, anyways, that is about it. Next time I review anything, it's probably going to be Watch Dogs and Strike Suit Zero, the director's cut, and Crimson Dragon. I'm going to be reviewing those. Probably the Strike Suit Zero and Crimson Dragon will be one video, and Watch Dogs will be a second video in and of itself. And after that, I honestly don't know what else I will review. We're obviously starting to approach the release season, and so yeah, I guess you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and this is Vengeful Parrot signing off.